How we doing? Good. Yeah, I'm great actually. Feel great. I was telling the guys in there, I was just very excited for him because we talk about the process and we keep focusing on the process of where we are. Full credit to Toronto. Great goal. Excellent individual goal. The way they come at us there, they surprised us a little bit. And for us, it's more about just seeing the tests that get put in front of us and how we're going to respond to that. And for me, at halftime, we had great talks, and the group's becoming a little bit more mature, and they're starting to find solutions themselves. The goals that come, I, I don't know. I mean, to me, I haven't. Harry scores a goal, fantastic. He does it in training all the time, and it's just been one of those things that he hasn't gotten him in the games. He's been unlucky. And to be fair, it was a great build-up, good ball to the back post, and what a finish. Absolutely brilliant. And then the second one was probably one of the better goals I've seen in a long time. So the combination play, just everybody. We talked a little bit about trust with each other and how we, respect each other's space. But the combination, the movement off the ball there, you look for those moments in games. You look for those moments when it all comes together, and that came together so nicely. And that little finish there from Eric, the last ball from Corbin Bone was absolutely exceptional. And Eric, he does what we believe in him to do. So here's a guy that hasn't played soccer in 18 and a half months, and he's come back in and he's been able to create and just find the game and smile again with what he's doing. So it's good to see players like that express themselves, and I enjoy it as a coach. So really happy for the win. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think, at times it becomes a cliche when you say, guys, just get the one and we're going to be all right. But there are times when you do believe in that. I mean, and we did talk about it. I mean, at halftime, there was a great conversation amongst the group. And, more and more, the guys are finding a voice, which I want. I don't want it to be us talking all the time. I want them to discuss things. And when they said, "Hey, if we get the first one, then what's our shape going to be like? Are we going to let's go for the second one right away?" And they started doing that, so it was great to see. Since Toronto, I think maybe Harrisburg. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, there's goals going to be scored in the first 3 minutes. There's goals going to be scored just before halftime. There's going to be goals scored in the 90th, 92nd. It's a competitive league. It really is, and these guys. They go after it. I mean, teams play. They want to come and play. And again, what an incredible, exceptional environment to play in, to play football in. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant here. It really is. I mean, talking to our coach Jason, he's just like, "What is going on here?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's nice." And the players are like, they all raise their game. So you're always going to see a good game in this stadium. We're not always going to win. It's not always going to be like that, but we're competitive and. We're using the audience there as a 12th man, to be fair. We really are. So it's helping to lift the guys.
Played 4 games recently at home, won 3 of them. Would you say you're at your best form entering the next match against Louisville?
No, I think it's way too early in the process of who we are. We had an excellent week of training. Good performance today, I thought, overall. I think I'd like to see the management of the ball possession. Creative opportunities, I thought was good. I don't know. I think what you want to do is you always try to be even keeled about where we are. You never want to put a stamp on something and say, this is the best we are, we're in great form. You got to be careful of that. There's too many pitfalls in football. We know that. I've been through the game way too many times to start saying that, we've got to get 18, 20 games under our belt as a new franchise before we start looking at ourselves and saying, this is where we are. It takes time. It takes time. We're ahead of a lot of teams that came out of the gate as expansion teams, all the way from USL to MLS. And so I'm really proud of the guys and where we are. We keep pushing the envelope at the top of the league, and it's fantastic.
Kind of going off that, John, what kind of value do you place on next week's game? Is, Louisville top of the table?
Well, we'd like to beat them. I mean, we'd like to go beat them. I mean, there was 18 minutes of, a little bit disoriented, soccer from us when they were here. Good team. I mean, they have an experience of being in the league for a year. They came out of the gate. They went to Eastern Conference Finals last year. They lost to Rochester. So for them, they're coming off a big win. They got the win away from home, 1-0, up in Rochester. I think it's the first time they've actually beaten them. So from their perspective, they're back at home at, I think it's called Slugger Field, maybe. We've got to go in there. We've got a game plan. We've got to get ourselves healthy and fit and be ready to go in a good frame of mind. And we're looking forward to the game.
John, can you talk a little bit about the preparations for a game against Toronto FC2? Much like with Montreal last week and MLS2 side, you're seeing a lot of rotation through their squad. What kind of preparations are you guys going through to look at that?
That's a good question. I think at times, you're looking at a little bit of the unknown because there's a player or two that they're testing out, or maybe they don't. They want to shift him to a different position. There's a kid that I actually ran into that I recognized from New Jersey, back in the NJSA days and PDA and stuff, and Tainter. And so he's normally like a center back or a center midfielder, and here he is playing a little wide position. So we have to adapt. And I always tell the guys that there's always going to be games that no matter what we do and look at video and preparation side, the game itself is going to tell you something. It's going to dictate to you. You have to adapt quickly and learn from it and move on. So I think we did that today after we got the goal scored on us.
John, you mentioned guys going out and trying to get that second goal quickly after the first. And it looked to me like you were trying to get that third really quickly after the second. Did you ever think even for a moment about taking your foot off the gas and just trying to sit on that one goal?
Well, if I was on the field, I would. The players are out there. They feel the rhythm. They're starting to get the game. And, we do talk to them. We actually did tell them to sit back, and we did a 4-5-1 for 5-6 minutes after we scored the second goal. So we dropped in there and tried to absorb some pressure and counter into space. At the end of the day, Ugo was chasing and doing a lot of movements up top, and I needed to get him off the field because he was getting beat up again. So once we did that, I think the game opened up a little bit more for us. But, look, the work rate was tremendous. I mean, our effort out there on the field, regardless of what the shape is, it's the personalities, and the guys are making the game. So I'm overall really happy. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Go get him, guys. Go, cheer up. We won.
How's it going?
How does it feel to use your head for something other than a punching bag?
It feels good, actually. A lot better than the other one. No, yeah, like John said, I've been looking for that goal for a while, so it felt good to get it tonight and to get the win on top of that. I'm really happy for the boys and for the club and everything, so it was a good night.
Were you surprised to be open in the back post? I mean, usually center backs aren't that far up the field wide open.
Yeah, we sort of had one set piece up there, so I sort of hung around a little bit. But, it was a great ball into the box from Jimbo, and then I was happy to be open at the back post, so, yeah.
How good did it feel to be able to just close that out? You guys have given up the late goals the last 2 games.
Yeah, I feel like towards the end of the game this time we did a pretty good job of managing the ball a little bit better. Towards the end of those games, you're always gonna have to deal with a few chances when other teams just start throwing everything forwards at you a little bit. So you have to expect that a little bit, but I think we sort of are starting to learn from the past couple of games and being able to start to shut it down with our possession and moving the ball around and tiring teams out. So I was happy to see that tonight.
John kind of talked about it, but the last team you lost to was Louisville. Is it nice going there knowing that you've had an unbeaten run for the last 9 games since then?
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's a good feeling going in there, and like John was saying, they always tell us you never want to get too high after wins and never too low after losses. So we're trying to stay pretty even-keeled, but there's good confidence in the group, and we're looking forward to getting down there.
Obviously, you guys always want to win, but was there a little more pressure to get those 3 points today, just given that you're having a good one?
No, I wouldn't say any added pressure. I just think the sort of character we have in the group, a lot of the guys sort of just expect that from ourselves, and expect to come out and play every game for the win. So we had the awesome crowd here again tonight, which is unbelievable. So yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Eric.
We were looking at a lot of the net there when you broke in on goal. That can sometimes be a panicky moment. Were you thinking, some guys say they black out in those moments? What was going through your
Yeah, I mean, Corbin played me an unbelievable ball, so he pretty much made it easy for me. But I just took a touch forward and just passed the defender, and then the ball was in front of me, and I kind of gave the keeper a little bit of a fake, and he went down, so I had the whole goal wide open, and it's just a simple finish. I was inside the 6, so I just kind of toe poked it in. I had most of the goal to shoot at, so it was like more hard to miss than make it at that point.
What's it like to score, 2 goals in 2 minutes like that when you not to say you've been sitting back, but obviously
Yeah.
you are losing at the time?
Well, we've been pushing all game. You know, they scored an early goal, like 4 minutes in or so. So I think the crowd helped fuel the energy. But after we got that first one, we were pushing hard to get the second one, and it was just a matter of time. It was one of those feelings where you know it's going to come, but in the past couple games we've played, it's been the same feeling, and we haven't done it. So it was good to finally get that second one right after the first one, and then push to get another one. But
Do plans unravel when you give up those early goals like that so early in the game?
it's so early, you know that you have the whole game in front of you, and you just got to take a step, take a breath, and then be like, all right, we still got the whole game, let's go. Still got time to get still got time to get the goals.
And then for you, I mean, personally, you've molded into this lineup that's really been cemented throughout the season. Is it nice to get to this point and then, score a goal recently, had an assist, a couple games to really be in form like that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I still think that our team as a whole has a lot to improve upon, and I think it's been getting better every game, but we're still pretty new. So it's definitely nice to be out there. I still think that there's a lot more to come from the whole team.
But for you personally?
I mean, I'm happy, obviously. But yeah, it's good.
John said that he thought you guys were kind of caught off guard by Raheem Edwards' goal there. Did you personally feel like you were?
The thing is, if you guys recall the last time we played them, he pretty much did the same thing. So, I mean, I don't know if we were caught off guard, but it was a great finish and a great individual play on his part. And I don't know what else to say. Just it's a good finish on his. I think that we knew what kind of player he was and what he can do. And we just didn't execute on that one instance.
Well, I was just gonna, are you feeling pretty comfortable out there now? That kind of following up on
Yeah, they've so I had hip surgery on both hips, and they kind of John gave me a second chance coming to play here, and I love the whole coaching staff, the team, the stadium, all the fans, everything around the organization is unbelievable. And can you repeat the question again?
Oh, just how does it feel being out there?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
feeling more comfortable?
Yeah, so he gave me plenty of time to kind of mold my way back into playing and getting used to the speed of play and touches and everything. So it's been a whole process for me coming back. Even in the beginning of preseason, I wasn't playing, started training. It was a slow process from the beginning. They kind of told me they wanted me to start by June, but we'll see how it goes. And I haven't had any setbacks so far, so that's been awesome, and just really happy overall. Yep. Thanks.